Hey leaders, how you doing this morning? I want to share a thought around listening to different opinions. I get really connected to my point of view and struggle to stand in a place where an opinion is different, especially if it's around a social issue or something I'm really passionate about. So I heard a story recently while I was having lunch with a friend. She was just casually talking about an experience she had, and it was such a good reminder that a difference of opinion doesn't make someone in opposition. It's a story of having the courage to ask questions and listen in that space rather than focusing on what we believe. So my friend Julie was at the polls advocating for officials who were interested in seeing diversity, equity, inclusion work in the school system. And she happened to be standing right next to a man named Dave who was advocating for officials who were running against the people that she was supporting. And she had some materials with her. And at one point, they were standing there all day long. And so at one point during the day, she asked him if he could just keep an eye on her materials while she walked around a bit. And he made some sort of a snide comment about them. And so there was some tension, most definitely. I mean, here are two people standing right next to each other with different perspectives. But this is what I love about Julie. She leaned into that space and she asked him at one point, "So, Dave, tell me about your platform." She said, there I was going to be standing next to him. I might as well know more about him. She said, "Tell me about your platform." And after she listened for a bit, and she said she could see several valid perspectives within his thought process and his idea. And she even took some things away from that. And then he didn't ask to listen to her platform, but then she asked after listening to him for a bit, "Can I share with you how I see it?" And he said yes. And so she did. And at one point he said, "Oh, I hadn't thought about it that way." So there was listening and there was learning on both sides. As the Dalai Lama said, when you talk, you're only repeating what you already know. But if you listen, you may learn something new. Gosh, it takes humility and it takes courage. It's hard, but it also feels so much better, doesn't it? So here's to leaning into that space of difference of opinion and recognizing that it doesn't make someone in opposition. And instead, let's have the courage and the humility to listen. What a great way to take care of ourselves and ultimately each other.